Hello and welcome to this video on Mao Zedong. Mao Zedong was a revolutionary leader and the founding father of the People's Republic of China. He played a pivotal role in the history of China, and his legacy continues to shape the country to this day. Early life and rise to power. Mao Zedong was born on December 26, 1893, in a small village in Hunan province in China. He came from a peasant family and received a basic education from his father, who was a farmer and a teacher. In 1911, Mao went to the capital city of Changsha to study at a teacher training school. However, he soon became involved in revolutionary activities and joined the Chinese Communist Party in 1921. Mao's rise to power began in the early 1930s when he led the Chinese Red Army in a series of guerrilla campaigns against the nationalist government. These campaigns were successful, and by 1949, the Red Army had taken control of most of mainland China. Mao became the leader of the new communist government and was appointed chairman of the Communist Party of China. The Great Leap Forward. One of Mao's most significant policies was the Great Leap Forward, which was launched in 1958. The goal of the Great Leap Forward was to transform China from an agricultural society into an industrial one, and to do so in a short period of time. The plan was to mobilize the entire population to work on large-scale infrastructure projects, such as dams and factories. However, the Great Leap Forward was a disaster. The plan was poorly executed, and food production declined dramatically, leading to widespread famine. It is estimated that between 15 and 45 million people died as a result of the Great Leap Forward. Cultural Revolution. In 1966, Mao launched the Cultural Revolution, which was aimed at purging capitalist and traditional elements from Chinese society. Mao believed that the Communist Party had become corrupted and needed to be purged of its reactionary elements. The Cultural Revolution led to widespread chaos and violence, with students and young people forming Red Guard groups to attack those deemed to be enemies of the revolution. The Cultural Revolution ended in 1976, with the death of Mao and the arrest of the Gang of Four, a group of Mao's closest associates. Mao's philosophy. Mao Zedong's philosophy is known as Maoism, which is a variant of Marxism-Leninism. Mao believed in the necessity of a socialist revolution to overthrow the bourgeoisie and establish a socialist state. He believed that the proletariat, or the working class, would be the driving force behind the revolution. Mao also believed in the importance of peasant support for the revolution. He saw the peasantry as a revolutionary class, and believed that they would play a key role in the overthrow of the bourgeoisie. Mao believed that the peasantry could be mobilized to support the revolution through mass mobilization and the use of propaganda. Maoism also emphasized the importance of continuous revolution. Mao believed that revolution was not a one-time event, but an ongoing process that required constant struggle. He believed that the struggle against capitalist and imperialist forces was a long-term process that would require constant vigilance and effort. Impact on China. Mao Zedong's impact on China was profound. He led the country through a period of dramatic social and economic transformation. Mao's policies, such as the Great Leap Forward and the Cultural Revolution, had both positive and negative consequences. On the positive side, Mao's policies helped to modernize China and bring about social and economic equality. The Chinese Communist Party also became a powerful force in the country, and continues to hold power to this day. However, Mao's policies also had negative consequences. The Great Leap Forward, in particular, led to widespread famine and suffering. The Cultural Revolution also caused widespread chaos and violence, and had a profound impact on Chinese society. Millions of people were persecuted and killed during this period, and the country was left in a state of turmoil. Despite these negative consequences, Mao remains a revered figure in China. His image is still prominently displayed in public places, and his ideas continue to be studied and debated by scholars and politicians around the world. Mao's legacy. Mao Zedong's legacy is a topic of much debate and controversy. Some see him as a hero who led China through a period of profound transformation, while others see him as a tyrant who caused immense suffering and chaos. One aspect of Mao's legacy that is often cited is his role in creating a sense of national unity in China. Mao's ideas and policies helped to unite the country behind the Communist Party, and he is seen by many as a symbol of Chinese nationalism. Mao's vision of a strong, unified China remains an important part of the country's national identity to this day. However, Mao's legacy is also associated with a number of negative aspects. The Great Leap Forward, for example, led to widespread famine and suffering, and the Cultural Revolution caused widespread chaos and violence. Millions of people were persecuted and killed during this period, and the country was left in a state of turmoil. Mao's legacy is also closely tied to the Chinese Communist Party. While the party remains in power to this day, it has undergone significant changes since Mao's time. Many of Mao's policies have been abandoned or modified, and the party has shifted towards a more market-oriented approach to economic development. However, Mao's ideas and legacy continue to play an important role in the party's ideology and rhetoric. Conclusion. In conclusion, Mao Zedong was a controversial and influential figure in the history of China. His ideas and policies helped to shape the country's social and economic development, and his legacy remains a subject of debate and discussion. While Mao's impact on China was undoubtedly significant, his legacy is complex and difficult to fully evaluate. Regardless of one's opinion of Mao, it is clear that his influence will continue to be felt in China and around the world for many years to come.